Facebook has rolled out major changes in its targeting, basically in its ad creation process. And right now you don't have most of the options that we had previously to choose manual campaign creation. Right now they have combined manual and Advantage Plus together, and now they have this one single process of creating ads, and now you can choose whether you want it to be more Advantage Plus or less, or you want it to be more manual. Now the main thing that you can see there, if we go into my training ad account, is that you're going to see at the top there opportunity score. So this basically measures how well you've used Advantage Plus. And remember, it's not always advisable that you use Advantage Plus. Sometimes it's important that you choose manual, or you actually choose the targeting audience that you want. So as you choose more manual, you're going to see the opportunity score reduce. So the less opportunity score you have there, know that you have chosen more, you have chosen some aspects manually, as opposed to just letting the system actually run on its own. So it's very important that you do that, you check that one out. Every recommendation, you don't need to use every recommendation that Meta suggests, because basically remember that Meta is more interested in spending your budget. It's more interested in spending your money as it gives you results. And with limited tests that they have gathered to show success while using Advantage Plus audiences, it's important that you test for your own industry, for your own ad account. Test whether this is actually working for you. Let's head on to my training ad account to create a campaign and see the new process of creating these campaigns. So if you come here and click on create and choose sales, you're going to choose sales so that we can see what's changing there. So number one, when you create, right now you're not prompted. Previously you would be prompted to choose manual or Advantage Plus. Right now you go straight to create a campaign, and you can see your opportunity score there. Campaign score at the moment is 100. And if you look at this, if you hover over this one, you can see your campaign is set up to maximize performance with AI. So it's using AI. This is not a toggle button. You can just turn it on or off. It depends with the choices that you make here that are going to decide whether this is turned on or not. So right now budget optimization is on, audience Advantage Plus is on, and placement Advantage Plus is on. We want to concentrate more on audience, but basically to show you what's happening in creation process, one of the major changes that they have done there is this budget strategy. Previously, you would toggle a button here to turn it to campaign Advantage Plus. Right now, you can choose. You just need to choose whether you want it to be campaign budget. This is the CBO that we used to have. So you are setting your campaign at your budget at the campaign level. If you choose ad set, that means that you're going to choose the budget at the budget level. This is actually a new change that they have made. Previously, you wouldn't have. After rolling it out like 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have been able to choose ad set budget if you didn't have more than one ad sets here, but right now you can do that. So basically that means this is something that is work in progress. They are rolling out these updates as we go forward. So once you choose ad set budget, you can see that Advantage Plus campaign budget has been turned off. And you could decide on for different purposes to choose this, especially when you're testing audiences. When you're testing different audiences, this is the best way to go about it. Choose ad set level, then give specific budget to different audiences and see how that one performs. If you're not testing audiences manually, you can just click on A/B test to test those audiences. So mostly probably you're going to be using campaign budget so that it distributes the budget within the audiences, within the ad sets, depending on their best performance. So if Facebook sees that a certain audience or a certain ad set is actually generating more sales, it will take more budget there. But with the changes that are happening, it's always good to remember that right now it's not more about targeting, it's more about the creatives, the ad copy, and also the offers that you're going to offer your audience. So it's very important to know that that's where basically Facebook wants us to go, where we are winning more on creative and offers as opposed to targeting. So once we go to targeting, this is where the bulk of the changes have happened. You go to ad set level, you can choose however you want to for people to complete the actions that you want. Here we can go for purchase. And then now there is this section for audience. This is where we want to concentrate on this video. We want to concentrate on audiences. Now you can see that this is turned on. The Advantage Plus is on. If you click here, you can turn it on and off as we used to do. You can turn it on and off here. You can turn it on and off here. It depends with the changes that you're going to make here. You can choose a saved audience. You can click here, this drop down. Once you click on it, you can choose the saved audiences that you have there that you created using this feature here. You can choose to limit who can see your ads here. So you can choose the location of your audience here, and you can choose specific locations. You can show more control. So you can choose the minimum age. And remember now, these are the hard controls that you want to give the Advantage Plus audience, right? So anything that you're making here does not affect whether this is an Advantage Plus audience or not. And you can make those changes here, choose location, choose the minimum age. You can also choose to exclude some custom audiences. So if you have previous customers, you can exclude them here so that Facebook is targeting completely new customers. You can choose the language is still now part of the hard limits or controls that you can give it, and these were not there previously. So these are changes that they have made. So here you can click on this one, choose an existing audience. You can choose probably past purchasers and things like that. Then the other one is language. So if you want to target people who are French speaking, Swahili speaking, English speaking, you can do that here. Now this is where it becomes very interesting. You can suggest an audience. Now when you click on add suggestions, what Facebook will do is that it's going to first target the audience that you've just suggested, and then it will improve or expand that audience to look for other opportunities to get you the results. So this is a very good way to get started, especially if you're new. This is the way I would suggest that you get started. But as your campaign becomes complicated, probably it's good to now start refining or choosing to further limit your ad account. So here you can choose, once you click here, you can choose the age limit probably is from 25, or you want Facebook to first target people who are 35 to 45. So you can say up to 56 even, or any other limit that you want there. You can choose to include a specific audience. So you can choose to include a specific custom audience, people who have already interacted with you. It could be paid website visitors, it could be add to carts. And for now, what I've created within my training ad account is 30-second video viewers for the last 30 days. So you can choose that as the first point of contact. So these are the first people that Facebook is going to target and then expand as it looks for opportunities to convert. You can choose the gender. Remember that all these are suggestions. You could choose to suggest, let's say if your audience is like 60% male, you could suggest that it first looks for male, right? But that doesn't mean once it exhausts the male demographic within your audience, is going to go for women and any other person that is likely to convert. And here you can also now suggest the specific targeting or interest that you want. Here you can choose, like for me, I can choose freelancers, and it's people who are interested in freelancing, right? And click on freelancer career interest, and this is people who are interested in freelancing. If you want to have this as hard audiences, you could switch setup, so that now you go to the previous setup that we used to have. Click there. All these are suggestions that you can see your suggestion, and now you can change. You can click age, choose use as a suggestion. You can turn off use as a suggestion, so that now Facebook is going to go for only these people. Men, you could turn off use as a suggestion, so now Facebook is going for these people specifically. One interesting thing about the detailed targeting, you can choose all these other places and all these other sections and set them as not suggestions, and set them to use as not suggestions, and this will affect the Advantage Plus audience settings. But when it comes to detailed targeting, you can't choose it as a hard target. Facebook will generally just take it beyond the people that you've selected. So if I select freelancers career as an interest, and Facebook finds somebody who's interested in small business and can convert, they will actually deliver that ad to them and they will convert. So this is one of the major changes, and you can see there it says detailed targeting inclusion are always suggestions with the campaign settings that you have selected. So this is what's happening. If you choose auction, you will have to accept that Facebook is going to go beyond the interest. But if you choose reservation, probably then at that point you will not be able to do this. But I haven't tested that yet, and we will continue to learn more about these settings, about these new audience testing or audience settings, and we'll test them out with different ads. We are running ads for hundreds of clients, and we'll be able to test different ad settings, audience settings, to see which one works best, and I'll be sure to update you. So if you're interested in this type of content, you want to learn Facebook ads, you want to learn about Google ads and freelancing, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell, turn it on, so that you can get every single video that I'll be uploading. So let me know in the comment section what you would want me to cover next, and I'll be happy to do that. Thank you very much, and hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you.